Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness, see, I've been gone too long. I forgot to do my Friday check. We're here. It's Friday. Welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. I am so delighted to be back. It's been a great week together, but we have one more book this week, and this one is Zion Unmatched. This one is a powerful one, an inspirational book indeed. I cannot wait to share. I hope that you enjoy it. Yes, this one by Zion Clark and James S. Hirsch, and of course reading it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. Oh my goodness, stumbling over myself there. CANDLEWICK Press, thank you so much for allowing us to share this wonderful book right here on Storytime. Good morning to you, and welcome. Please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you, and really be inspired today. Thank you so much for joining in. Zion Unmatched. Get ready. Get everything that you need. Get comfortable. Get cozy. I hope where you are is not too cold, and I hope that you enjoy this book today. And of course, too, if you want to learn more about Zion, there's a Netflix feature. Yes, a short documentary on Netflix about the amazing life of this wonderful human. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad we're here together. Happy Friday. Please let me know where you're joining us from and who is joining in with you. And I hope that you and your loved ones have had a lovely week, and of course, wishing you a wonderful weekend to come. And then we're back for more Storytime this coming week. Remember that you can find Storytime on our archives. Yes, Facebook and YouTube. You can find us there and enjoy amazing stories that we've read so far. But also, most importantly, to remember, please support these artists, these creators. Go to your local bookstores, indie stores, find books there, enjoy them, and of course, use your libraries as well. They're there for you. Utilize them, enjoy them, and I hope that you find amazing books. And if you find books that we've not shared on Storytime, or indeed would like to see on Storytime, please do let me know. Send those recommendations so we can get them here. We will work as hard as we can to bring them here to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. I am absolutely happy that we're here together. This time that we spend together cannot be taken for granted. Thank you so much for taking time to be here on Storytime, whether you're joining us live or indeed you're joining us for the recordings later on. But today we do have an amazing book, Zion Unmatched. This one by Zion Clark and James S. Hirsch. And of course, reading it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. A big thank you indeed to them for allowing us to read this book here on Storytime. Get ready for this one, and I hope that you've enjoyed the wonderful week that we've had so far. Let us see who is with us this morning. morning enjoying the story live. Thank you so much for joining in. Happy Friday to you, Sarah and Nathan, and of course, Amanda West. Thank you so much for joining us out in sunny and beautiful Illinois. Thank you so much for being here. And you say, we're hoping everyone has a wonderful day and weekend. Couldn't put it better. Thank you for that. Positive vibes only, positive vibes always from Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West. Thank you so much for joining us out in Illinois, sunny and beautiful Illinois. Please enjoy that lovely weather. Thank you so much for sharing that, and of course for making our hearts glad. Thank you for being here. Christelle, how are you doing today? And of course Rocco, Clay, how are you out in Long Beach? Thank you so much for joining in. And you say it's chilly out here. Well, I hope that it gets a little bit warmer as the day goes on. Are you a cold or hot weather person? Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it that we're here. And Chriselle, of course, indeed does amazing knits and amazing crochet as well. So if you know Chriselle Bell, you know where to get some winter clothing, right? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I am glad you are here. Absolutely love it. Yes, Zion and Matched. Get ready for this one. Get comfortable. I have my tea today. I forgot to turn on the heat, so I needed something else. So yes, Zion and Matched. I hope that you enjoy this one. Get ready, and we'll be back on the other side to enjoy this wonderful story. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Davis. I'm a children's book author, illustrator, and high school art educator. I am the author of 30,000 Stitches, the inspiring story of the National 9/11 flag, illustrated by Sally Warren Comport and published with Worthy Kids # book group. One thing that drew me to writing 30,000 Stitches was the idea that people from all different communities came out to stitch this flag and make it whole again. So I hope that when people read 30,000 Stitches, they remember the power of sharing our stories. When people came out to stitch the flag, they shared their stories, whether about loss or pain or love. We all have stories to tell, and by sharing our stories and listening to one another's stories, we can create a better understanding of each other and create a sense of connection and unity. And this is what creates a more inclusive world. I hope you enjoy your story time with Mr. LaMotta. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Amanda. Welcome back. Zion and Matched. This one by Zion Clark and James S. Hirsch. Please be inspired today. This one is indeed powerful. And like I said, there's a whole Netflix documentary that you could watch and enjoy and learn a little bit more about Zion. Here we go. Zion and Matched, read with permission of Candlewick Press. A big thank you to them, and many more books to come from Candlewick Press as well. All right, here we go. And there are amazing photographs in this book. I hope that you enjoy them indeed. Zion and Matched. Zion and Matched by Zion Clark and James S. Hirsch, and read with permission of Candlewick Press. How about that for a spread? Be real, be you indeed. Technically, I am disabled, but I refuse to see my body as less than whole. There is a difference between not having legs and believing you're missing something. And I can't miss what I've never had. Just let that sink in for a minute. Technically, I am disabled, but I refuse to see my body as less than whole. There is a difference between not having legs and believing you're missing something, and I can miss what I've never had. I'll come back to this part at the end of the book. So for now, we're going to skip this part and I'll come back to it so we can end with this one. And it's called I Love to Defy Expectations. But let's read a little bit about Zion's life on here. And then we're going to go into amazing quotes from people that have worked and have been in Zion's life for a long time. Zion Clark's journey is like no other. He was born on September 29th, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio, and was promptly given up by his mother, who was in jail at the time. He never met his father. Zion had no family, no home, no resources. He also had another challenge. He was born without legs due to a rare medical condition known as caudal regression syndrome. Zion's life has been one of complete self-invention combined with tenacity and perseverance. He walks on his hands, so his arms effectively function as his legs. Yet, he moves with the grace of any able-bodied person. He entered Ohio's foster care system as a newborn and over the years experienced abuse or neglect in several homes. As an African American, he faces the dual stigma of Blackness and disability. But Zion was also a musical prodigy, playing the trumpet, drums, and piano, and he's intensely competitive. At Massillon High School, he became an elite wrestler against able-bodied opponents and a state champion in seated racing. In his senior year, he was also adopted by a loving mother, giving him a home and a family. Zion is now a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and one of the most dynamic athletes in the world. His journey is like no other, and it is just getting started. Oh, yes. Consider me Jim Thorpe without legs, with the passion of Malcolm X and the backbeat of Louis Armstrong. Oh, how powerful is that? And the caption on that one says, above, right here, I was a curious, happy, rambunctious toddler who, in his bucket seat, looked like every other kid. And opposite on this side, at a very young age, I learned to walk with my arms. Oh. And here are some pictures over here on the left, right here. Even as a young kid, I was fearless, riding a scooter and swinging a stick. And at the bottom here, at an early age, I was fitted for prosthetics, but I preferred a wheelchair or just using my arms to walk. And below again, I was the top trumpet player in our high school marching band. And there he is. Opposite, right here, my mom, a woman of great faith, adopted me when I was 17, as she believes that whatever we bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Oh. If they are going to look at you, make sure they remember your name. And those are the words of Kimberly Hawkins, Zion's adoptive mother. If they're going to look at you, make sure they remember your name. I love it. I love that. You are who you were born to be. Yes, Dr. Stacy Finer, psychologist and coach. You are who you were born to be. Take that with you today. Champions are made when no one is watching. Yes. And this was a sign that hung in the wrestling room at Massillon High School in Massillon, Ohio. And here, wrestling without legs was like driving a car without back tires. I had to invent a new way of doing it. Yes, the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Champions are made when no one is watching. He's the kid who never gave up. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that was Zion's wrestling coach at Massillon High School. He's the kid who never gave up, as you can see from these amazing things he's done so far. As my mom often tells me, God wouldn't take you through troubled waters if he knew you couldn't swim. I've definitely been through the rapids, but I'm still swimming and getting stronger. Oh, I love the self-belief. I love it. And he's showing it. And here I am racing Casey Followay right at the Adaptive Sports Ohio event. If you have to do things that other people don't want, you have to do things that other people don't want to do. At times, they don't want to do them. You have to do things that other people don't want to do. At times, they don't want to do them. Yes. It takes special effort, special courage, doesn't it? Be greater than. A friend once told me, if your dreams don't scare you, you aren't dreaming big enough. Man, I've got some scary dreams. What are your dreams? Work hard towards them, and I wish you the very best. Yes, a friend once told me, if your dreams don't scare you, you aren't dreaming big enough. Man, I've got some scary dreams. Those are Zion's words. After coaching Zion, I no longer have any excuses in my life. He has that effect on everybody. And this was Zion's track coach at Massillon High School. Yes, no excuses indeed. After coaching Zion, I no longer have any excuses in my life. He has that effect on everybody. And I hope that he has that effect on you today. Oh. You can do whatever you want to do, and you're just as good as anybody. I want you to fly. Sarah Singerton, Zion's foster parent from birth to age 3. You can do whatever you want to do, and you're just as good as anybody. I want you to fly. Oh, powerful, powerful indeed. What's Zion's motivation? To prove people wrong. There's Zion working hard, training hard. You just have to find your passion and pursue it. But no one is going to do it for you. Work with what you got. Oh. You just have to find your passion and pursue it. But no one is going to do it for you. Work with what you got. Absolutely. I am Black and I don't have legs, and I was given up at birth. But I am now training with the best athletes in the world and beating them. You just have to follow your dreams and be the best you can be. If I can do it, so can you. Powerful indeed. But remember, I said that we would go back to the front and just look a little bit at this other piece that is written here. And I thought this was better read as the end of our reading. So here we go. I love to defy expectations. Tell me something I can't do, and I will do it. I will do it or die trying. That's what happens when you're born without legs. People immediately doubt you, or they look at you funny, or less than human. But I've never seen myself as disabled. I am just lower to the ground. Whatever your physical condition, success is intentional. In my case, I began wrestling in 2nd grade and lost virtually every match until I was a senior in high school. But that year, I finished 33 to 15. I won the state championship in the 100 meters and 400 meter seated racing competitions. My goal is to compete in the Paralympics and bring home a medal for my mother. I've been put on this earth for a reason. I connect well with people of all backgrounds, but particularly with children. I want to be a role model for any young person on how to overcome adversity. And I want to inspire anyone who wants to believe in the human spirit. I also want to be the best man I can be, and one day the best father as well. I want my children and grandchildren to talk about me as someone who did what no one thought was possible, someone who worked with the gifts I was given by God, and someone who changed the world. Just tell me that I can't, and I would take my last breath trying. Just tell me I can't, and I will take my last breath trying. That is the amazing story of Zion Clark. I hope that you've been inspired today. Absolutely wonderful story. And please do check out the Netflix feature as well. There is a short documentary on there on the amazing life of Zion. Zion Unmatched. I hope you enjoyed it. A big one from Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope that you enjoyed that one. I am so glad that we are here together for this one. Indeed, if you can find this story at your local library, local bookstore, please get it and enjoy it some more. But thank you for being here on Storytime with us today. And I hope that you've been inspired. I hope that you go out in this day knowing that, yes, indeed, everything is possible. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely appreciate you and welcome. Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, April. Good morning to you, Jemison, Alicia, Lindley out in Orange County. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it that you were here for that one. Yes, indeed. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Betty Deshay and Rikia, good morning to you right here in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope that you enjoyed the story that we had for you today. Yes, indeed. Zion Unmatched. Absolutely love it. And please do watch it as well on Netflix. There is a documentary on this amazing human being. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Amanda, Sarah, and Nathan, what a wonderful man indeed. We're so grateful for him sharing his story. Absolutely. I think you put it very well there, Amanda. I absolutely appreciate that. It is important to share our stories, and Zion is sharing his story with us so that we can be inspired, and indeed we can learn from him in our own ways. Let us stick to our path and keep doing what we're doing, and indeed believe that we can. And like he said in here, yes, you were born to be who you are. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am so glad that we're able to share that wonderful story together. Thank you for being here on Storytime. And wherever you are, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Yes, it's been an amazing week of books together. And if you just wanted to be reminded what books we've had this week, these are the titles that we've had this week. Amazing books. Do go out there and look out for them. But thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely love it. A wonderful man, a wonderful story. Thank you, Zion Clark, for the inspiration and indeed being a role model, an amazing role model for all our little ones out there, and indeed for us grown-ups too. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Please have yourselves a wonderful week. One more time, thank you to you, Amanda, Wes, Sarah, and Nathan. I am glad you're here indeed joining in for Storytime. Chriselle, Rocco, and Clay out in Long Beach, chilly Long Beach. I hope that you had a wonderful time enjoying that story with us today on Storytime. Thank you so much. One more time to you, Jamison, Alicia, and Lindley. How are you doing today? And indeed, April, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely love it. Rikia, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very soon in class. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and please do send those recommendations. If you have stories that you'd love to see on Storytime, please send them to me. And I would like to announce too that we have amazing books that are coming in from Chronicle Books, amazing books that are coming in from indie publishers, and also amazing stories coming through from Candlewick and many others, and we will be bringing them to you right here on Storytime. Please do find Storytime in our archives and enjoy many stories, many conversations with our different guests that we've had. Yes, indeed, over the weekend, but we'll be back Monday with more amazing stories. Thank you so much for being here today. Absolutely love it. And please remember, the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair is coming up on Sunday. So if you happen to be in the Berkeley area, please do find your way to Berkeley and enjoy that. I'll be putting up more information later on. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And in addition to Zion's inspiring story today, I also wanted to just lift up one story, and this one is from Zetta Elliott. Yes, the amazing Zetta Elliott, and this book is called Say Her Name. It is a collection, a compendium of poems, and so please do find this one as well. It is a powerful book. Powerful story, many amazing poems in here that I've just enjoyed, and I thought I should lift this book up today. Find yourself a copy and indeed enjoy it. Go to your library, ask your school library or wherever else that you get books and find that one. But today we have been challenged, we have been inspired, we have a role model in Zion Unmatched. Thank you so much, Zion Clark, and of course James S. HIRSCH for this wonderful book, and indeed CANDLEWICK Press. Everybody, it has been a lovely week. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. This weekend, I'm back to work. It's grafting. I have finals due on the 6th, so wish me luck for that. Yes, I'm back in school too, kids. So I'm having a crazy time trying to get that done. But thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Yes, everything is possible. Much love, big hugs to you out there. Yes, Rocco, Clay, Sarah, Nathan, Baby Bia, Amanda, everybody that is joining in. Chriselle, thank you. Lindley, Jemison, Alicia, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And if you're joining us later as well, remember, Storytime is a place of love, a place of community. Thank you for bringing your joy to Storytime and indeed making my heart glad. Thank you so much for joining in. Bowden, I hope you enjoyed this one, and please do send me a message on what you think. Oh yes, catch up indeed. Thank you so much. Chrissy Mitchell Adams, thank you. I am glad you're here. Please enjoy it. And like I was saying as well, and I've said before, find the Netflix feature as well. There's a short documentary on there. Amazing indeed. And I'd love to talk about it some more with you. Thank you so much. Yes, been back in school. It's been a journey trying to juggle work and school, but getting there, slowly getting there. It can be done. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I absolutely love it. Kristen Mitchell Adams, Bowden, everybody, Rikia, I absolutely enjoy this time here. It makes my heart glad. And I do not say that lightly. I mean just that. As I leave from Storytime, my heart feels full. Thank you for being a part of that. And I hope that you take a slice of Zion today with you into the world and go out there believing you can do it too. Thank you so much. And you know what? You can do it. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Much love. I will see you again on Monday. But remember, you can find Storytime in your archives. Much love. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be with. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be